Goten and Trunks continue their roles as heroes, more dedicated than ever to protecting Earth. As highlighted in their most recent one-shot, they now face an imminent danger, a possible fall of planet Earth. This time, they might once again witness the end of the human race, just like they did against Majin Buu. However, this time, they have something hidden, and they will face none other than Frieza in his newest black form. Will they just hold him off, or will they be able to handle the situation? All this and more in today's video. Hurry up and subscribe to the channel, leave a like, activate the notification bell, and share it with your friends, because the heroes have returned in an insane way to the manga. Goten and Trunks are once again in the spotlight through a one-shot, a story that serves as a prologue to the superhero arc, which focuses on Gohan Beast. This one-shot highlights the dynamic between the two friends while bringing a nostalgic and lighthearted tone for fans of the series, a truly fun read. This, in itself, strengthens the boys' bond and brings back the Dragon Ball Z vibe from when Gohan was acting as the Great Saiyaman, even before Majin Buu's appearance. It could be an open door for them to take action once again, just like in Dragon Ball Z, towards the end when they faced Majin Buu in their Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks form. After all, they've been missing from the spotlight and forgotten, but in the last manga chapter, they had some relevance, fighting against Gohan and showcasing their evolution. They even gave Gohan some trouble, but unfortunately, we didn't see Gotenks in his proper form. Maybe because they are actually hiding something, the producers, that is, since the main focus at that moment was Goku versus Gohan. Still, the focus on the boys already gave them something extra. With a possible return of the Dragon Ball Super manga, even though the release date hasn't been revealed, Goten and Trunks could play important roles in the upcoming sagas, and their opponent will be none other than the iconic villain, Frieza, in his brand new black form. I'll explain everything about how this will unfold. So, let's start. After the superhero arc featuring Gohan Beast, Goku returns to Earth and seeks out Gohan to test his new power. Along with them, Goten and Trunks also join, and they all witness the battles that took place on Beerus planet. We know that when these kids see things like great powers and transformations, they don't forget easily. Just like back in the Z Saga, in this specific part. This is Super Saiyan. This is the form that surpasses the regular Super Saiyan, the Super Saiyan 2. And this is the Super Saiyan 3 form. Seeing Super Saiyan 3 just once, they were already able to replicate it. These boys have unlimited potential, especially in their fusion form, Gotenks. This new saga could set the stage for that, further developing them and possibly giving them a worthy fight, much like their battle against Majin Buu. Even though they fought in their own unique way, they were aware of their responsibilities, fighting against Majin Buu, who had wiped out nearly everyone on Earth. During training, Goku realizes that Goten and Trunks don't understand how powerful he really is and decides to impress them. He then transforms into Super Saiyan 3, showcasing his incredible strength and energy. The transformation deeply amazes Goten and Trunks, as it is the first time they witness something so intense. The goal is to inspire them to reach new power levels while also giving them an idea of what's possible for a Saiyan warrior. This scene is also symbolic because it highlights how much Goku believes in their potential and entrusts the younger generation with protecting the future. It's an epic and emotional moment, carrying an immeasurable weight. And now, everything is connecting. Frieza has reached a power level capable of destroying Earth, while the boys are gaining more screen time. Honestly, I don't think they will be able to truly defeat Frieza, but rather buy time for Gohan, Goku, and Vegeta to arrive. After all, it could happen so fast that even with their teleportation abilities, Goku and Vegeta might not make it in time to save Earth. They could be busy doing something else, or even considering entering the hyperbolic time chamber, just like Frieza did. In that case, it would be up to the boys to protect Earth. This saga could serve not only to strengthen their fighting spirits, but also to make them understand what's at stake, without ever abandoning their unique styles, which set them apart from everyone else. Maybe the saga is about Gohan, about the very act of being a hero. And since they're fans of Clean God, who is actually Gohan, they might see him in action and become even more inspired, shaping them for what could be a second tournament of power. I believe that will happen in the future, but something will change. It will go beyond what we can imagine. Especially with the power levels currently emphasized in Dragon Ball Super. Black Frieza, Gohan Beast, Goku and Vegeta with Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, Orange Piccolo, and Broly in his now controlled legendary form. The boys' power will be essential, highlighting their current evolution. Goten and Trunks have always been talented, absorbing skills like sponges since childhood, and their observational abilities remain a key factor in their return to prominence. This time, the villain is none other than Frieza, now in his astonishing and devastating black form. The battle against this legendary enemy challenges Goten and Trunks like never before, forcing them to not only mature as warriors, but also to combine their signature humor with innovative strategies. Even after the passing of the legendary Akira Toriyama, who loved their comedic essence, They cannot lose this part of themselves, even in the middle of total chaos, just like in the Majin Buu saga. Akira Toriyama mentioned in interviews that he appreciated Gotenks' comedic tone and how the character brought a unique lightness to the series. Gotenks was created to be a powerful fusion but also to add humor and irreverence, something Toriyama always enjoyed exploring in Dragon Ball. He often used Gotenks to balance tense moments with funny situations, whether it was the ridiculous names of his attacks or his over-the-top poses. Toriyama also liked playing with the contrast between Gotenks' incredible potential as a fighter and his immature, theatrical personality. This duality is what makes the character so memorable and beloved by fans. Of course, even with all the humor, Gotenks is still a force to be reckoned with. Toriyama seemed to have a lot of fun creating situations where Gotenks could shine both in power and comedy. And so, it should continue. This could be the setup. After witnessing Goku's fight against Gohan on Beerus' planet, seeing Broly and also Vegeta, they might take part in an all-against-all battle in those final moments. Goten and Trunks, who were impressed by the Ultra Instinct and Beast transformations, as well as the unique techniques they witnessed. With Black Frieza now on the scene, they feel it's their turn to step in. Always skilled at learning by observing, the two young warriors begin experimenting with their own adaptations of divine and destructive techniques. Their fusion once again becomes their greatest trump card, but Gotenks, true to his style, doesn't follow the traditional path of transformations, blending his raw power with comedic touches that even manage to surprise Frieza. First, while attempting to replicate Super Saiyan Blue, Gotenks initiates the transformation with a theatrical flair, emphasizing how the blue color enhances his glow. Though he doesn't achieve the same stability as Goku or Vegeta, the amplified divine aura results in devastating attacks. However, in the middle of the fight, Gotenks adds his unique touch, launching attacks named Supreme Style Blue Ray, which, despite their comedic nature, hit Frieza with genuine force. The villain is caught between confusion and power, a combination that only Gotenks could execute. At another moment, when trying to mimic Ultra Instinct, Gotenks displays unexpected elegance while dodging Black Frieza's attacks. But soon, the seriousness gives way to a spectacle as he improvises dance-like movements to evade the strikes, taunting Frieza with absurd comments like, "You need to train your combat style. It looks rusty." This combination of precision and irreverence makes Gotenks unpredictable, putting Frieza in an uncomfortable position no other fighter had created until then. When Gotenks taps into something resembling the beast form, chaos reaches a new level. His wild aura shines intensely, and the increase in power is tangible. But instead of using this strength seriously, Gotenks decides to create explosions that form extravagant shapes in the sky, something that deeply irritates Frieza. Despite this, the attacks are devastating, proving that behind all the humor, there is an extremely competent fighter. The battle with Black Frieza becomes more intense with each moment. Gotenks begins to dominate the fight in an unusual way, mixing power, creativity, and spontaneity. Frieza, recognizing the natural talent of Goten and Trunks, is forced to take the fight more seriously than ever. The villain realizes that, although his strength is immense, Gotenks' unpredictability turns the fight into a true challenge. Even with all this in mind, we can't overlook the development of Goten and Trunks as unique individuals. Outside of fusion, the two train tirelessly together, refining their skills and exploring new ways to fight. Inspired by the power and discipline of Goku and Vegeta, they commit to surpassing their own limits, but without ever abandoning the playful spirit that defines them. This duality, seriousness and lightheartedness, makes them unique in the Saiyan world and perhaps the most creative of their generation. By the end of the saga, Goten and Trunks don't just emerge as stronger warriors, they also prove that their unique approach to battle can be just as effective as their father's more disciplined strategies. The fight against Black Frieza is a turning point, showing that the two young warriors have what it takes to protect the universe, while continuing to bring the humor and charm that made them so beloved. Over time, Gotenks might even redefine what it means to be a hero in Dragon Ball, combining overwhelming strength with an irreverence that only he can provide, much like the fighting style of the Great Saiyaman. After all, Gotenks was never a character who followed traditional fighting rules, and his comedic nature has always been what set him apart from other warriors. By merging elements of these powerful transformations with his unconventional approach, Gotenks could not only become extremely strong, but also an unpredictable opponent that no one would know how to face. And since we're talking about them in this whole superhero vibe, have you read their one-shot? In the world of manga and comics, a one-shot is a short story that resolves in just one issue or chapter. It isn't part of a continuous series, but sometimes serves as a pilot to test readers' interest before expanding into a larger series. So yes, they are indeed preparing Trunks and Goten to officially join the Z Fighters. Let's give them plenty of positive feedback to show that we want to see the iconic Gotenks in battles. It would be incredible to see the boys in the Tournament of Power. We can't say they lack experience. Just look at the fact that they've already fought major villains, including Majin Buu. Despite the Tournament of Power already having its comedic characters, Gotenks was definitely missing from the lineup. Goten and Trunks have always demonstrated extraordinary talent, as if they were prodigies from childhood. From an early age, they showed an unparalleled ability to evolve, achieving Super Saiyan while still children, an accomplishment that took Goku and Vegeta years of training and battles to achieve. With their recent progress in training and accumulated experiences, we can dream of Goten and Trunks participating in a possible second Tournament of Power. Goten and Trunks didn't participate in the Tournament of Power, despite being highly talented warriors with immense potential. In fact, they weren't even initially considered for Universe 7's team. This was mainly due to a decision by Goku, Vegeta, and the more experienced fighters, who believed that the youth and lack of experience of the two could be a liability in such a serious and crucial battle. Additionally, the two ended up being assigned to protect Earth while the others were at the Tournament of Power, showing that their abilities were still trusted for an important task, though in a more secondary role. Surely, they imagined themselves fighting alongside Goku, Vegeta, and the other strongest warriors, representing Universe 7 in a new multiversal competition. Goten and Trunks, once seen as underestimated prodigies, are now ready to establish themselves as central figures in the Dragon Ball universe. With new abilities, a matured mindset, and unlimited potential, they have not only revived the spirit that made them stand out in Dragon Ball Z, but also positioned themselves as warriors who could shape the franchise's future. Let Black Frieza come, let a second Tournament of Power come. Goten and Trunks are ready to show the universe that Akira Toriyama's comedic legacy still lives on in both of them.